What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite for the Season 1 patch notes for MW3 multiplayer and even zombies. These patch notes do not include what has been adjusted for Warzone, because there is a big expansion and overhaul coming to that mode later today, which we'll probably be talking about in a separate video. But in regards to multiplayer and zombies here, as you can see, it's just a little recap of the roadmap, the content, a lot of the playlists we're going to be seeing, weapons, perks, modes. We've gone over all of that, of course, in several previous videos. But, of course, new operators, abolished for Black Cell, Dokkaebi, Nolan. New events. We'll be talking about what Zombie Santa is bringing to town in patch notes that will release closer to when the event launches over the holidays. Stay tuned. Still going to guess it's going to be about a week away from now, so that they can launch that right before actual Christmas. New Battle Pass, went over that already. New PC features, GeForce RTX gamers can activate pre-game full ray tracing, also known as path tracing in pre-game lobbies, enabling you to see your characters, skins, vehicles, and weapons in an entirely new light. Can activate path tracing via the video options menu. But taking a look at multiplayer, new features on quality of life for UIX. Player health and stamina are now represented by dynamic bars on the HUD. It's only in MP and Zombies, though, not Warzone. Faction assignment will now appear as a splash at the start of each match. Added upper legs damage and empty reload quickness statistics to the details widget in the Gunsmith. Increased decimal precision of the flinch resistance stat in the details widget in the Gunsmith. Added icons in the Gunsmith to represent which title an attachment originates from. And reduced volume of the multi-kill and metal splash sound effects. Let's also make sure we have a little bit of game audio in the background here. Go ahead and open up MW3, just so we have that. Bug fixes. In S&D, hovering a bomb site on the attack map will no longer reveal when a player is actively defusing. Address multiple issues in private matches that cause players to be kicked back to the menu. Let's see. Are people trolling in chat here? Is that mic cutting in and out? Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. That should be happening. A quick refresh of the stream should be fine. I'm all green on my end with OBS. Everything should be clear. People in chat scared me. Resolved a font rendering issue that caused text to be improperly displayed. Improved performance of social features for players with large friend counts. Resolved an issue in which the incorrect weapon would be featured in the overlays of kill cams. Kill counter will now properly function with streaks beyond 120 kills. It's funny that that wasn't working for people that were absolutely sweating. Reduced hitching that infrequently occurred while transitioning between the menus. And again, that has already been preloaded on Battle.net and PlayStation. It's about a 36 gig update. I don't know if Xbox got that just yet. Time of recording this video. Adjust an issue that could cause the application to freeze while editing a loadout. Resolve the crash that could occur prior to viewing an after action report. Adjust an issue that caused a crash while reporting a player. The lockpick operator can now be equipped where available without using the quick equip option. Scrolling menus while in split screen no longer result in the cursor appearing off screen. Improved readability of the timer below the event tab. Gameplay movements added a delay following multiple rapid stance transitions to prevent exploitable repetition. Crouch to stand adjusts to 150 milliseconds. Prone to stand adjusts to 600 milliseconds. Spawns. Improved spawn protection against enemy equipment and kill streaks. And hardpoint. Several adjustments have been made to improve the flow of combat and increase control of team-owned areas. We've introduced a delay to stance transitions to combat a movement exploit, commonly referred to by players as snaking. We'll monitor the impact of these changes and continue to address feedback where appropriate. Absolutely insane. I know there's a lot of community feedback about snaking as of lately. Weapons and attachments. Decrease hip fire spread penalty incurred while firing and moving for all SMGs. ARs now. Take a look at a buff for the MTZ-556. Hip fire spread penalty. MTZ Natter Heavy Short Barrel, that has been nerfed a bit. Decreased hip fire spread benefit by 5%. The Bruin Thunder, it's a stock, also decreased hip fire spread. For battle rifles, got a bit of an adjustment there for the Bass B. Got a decrease to aim down sights for the Sidewinder. Increased gun kick control benefit for the Tempest, as well as for the Huntsman Series R integrated suppressor and the RB Borealis grip. SMGs though, got a bit of a nerf there for the Striker, but they did add 9% aim down sight time benefit. Got a nerf there for the WSP Swarm, as well as the Striker 9, which is interesting. Attack stats no longer reduce damage pellet count for the Lockwood Shotgun. Equipping the full auto conversion kit, a 60-round drum mag will no longer result in a broken aim down sight animation. That is for the MCW 6.8. For the Riot Shield, this is a big one for those that are frustrated with this one. Increased melee damage from 50 to 75. Wow, and added a 10% movement speed penalty while stowed. So that's a pretty fair change, I would say. It's like a bit of a buff there, but then they balance it out by adding a movement penalty. So there you have it with the Riot Shield. Attachment-wise, we got adjustments there for the Breacher Device muzzle, also for the Bruin vertical grip, it's an underbarrel, and for the hollow point ammunition. Decreased inflicted sprint penalty time, as you can see. MW2 carry forward, so we do have some MW2 patch notes here, which are important because, again, the balancing of the weapons in this game is different from how they were balanced in Modern Warfare 2. Increased reserve ammunition for all weapons to MW3 standards. Decreased hipfire spread benefits of underbarrel grips and the applicable lasers. So there's that. They've actually buffed the M4, the TAC-V, Vaznev, the ISO. Surprisingly, the KV broadside got an increase there for far medium damage, which did not expect there because that's a frustrating weapon, but it's actually not that good at MW3 in comparison to MW2 anyway. But they decreased the aim down spread slightly. LMG-wise, they've gone ahead and nerfed the RAL MG. They've buffed the 5.56 Icarus, but then they've decreased the head damage multiplier. Marksman rifles got an adjustment there, pretty balanced out. We got a buff and a nerf. Got a buff across the board for the Basilisk handgun. And then progression-wise, corrected the unlock requirement descriptions for multiple weapon attachments. Revised conditions for multiple unlocks that cause attachments to be unavailable at the expected weapon level. Associated weaponry will not be properly included in the camo unlock splashes. Player rank, though, they've increased level cap from 55 to 250, enabling players to reach Prestige 5. At each Prestige, a new animated icon is unlocked. Hopefully that is clear as to how that works. Same as MW2. Customization, increased animation rate of the Priceless and Interstellar Completionist camos. So, got a buff there to our Mastery camos. We saw something similar last year for, I think, both Polyatomic and Orion. So that's cool they went ahead and did that. And then we got some adjustments for our maps here. Got adjustments there for Derail, Estate, High Rise. Just a bunch of improvements for bullet penetration, collision issues, spawn points in certain modes. Audio reverberation. Deprioritize spawn point system from an objective and hard point. A lot of spawn fixes, as you can see. And again, that happens with multiplayer. With every new Call of Duty, they got to adjust spawns. They got to adjust exactly how some maps do play out. Player visibility through certain surfaces. Additional spawn points on free-for-all. Improvability to gauge spawn selection quality in all modes. Reviewed objective capture points to prevent players from capturing from unintended locations. Audio issues. And then going into ground war, improved AI bot ability to navigate the environment in Invasion. Operation Spearhead for war. Added collision near the hotel to prevent players from exiting the playable area. A lot of playable area issues here. An exploit involving environmental turrets that allow players to reach unintended locations. For ground war, pre-game lobby countdown will no longer reset when a player leaves. That was frustrating for sure. S&D though, increased player XP earned for several score events. Kills, assists, shield assists, headshots, plants, diffuses, ninja diffuses. War mode, players who join in an in-progress match can no longer be placed on a full team. Decreased tank escort phase time limit from 6 meters to 5 meters. Or excuse me, minutes, I believe, not meters, minutes. Joining an in-progress match during the ending cinematic sequence is no longer possible. That's cool. Equipment though, just an issue that allowed one-hit kills without a headshot using a throwing star. Prompt to remove tracker will no longer persist after death when using the EMD grenade. Deployable cover. Previous deployments will now be destroyed upon a new deployment as the maximum has been limited to 1. Mosquito drone will no longer be targeted by the trophy system. Interesting. For the Jug, address an exploit that allowed players to fire loadout weapons with unlimited ammo. Players will now properly look through the binoculars in third-person view when using precision airstrike. Implemented safeguard measures to prevent players from becoming stuck with the tablet in hand for the remote turret. Increased traction control for the NSTV vehicle. Razor tank. Got a bit of adjustment there. It decreased the maximum forward speed, but increased maximum reverse speed, turn speed, and the ability to accelerate on sloped surfaces. Moving into zombies now. As you know, Season 1 content, they've already confirmed. We have Act 4 and a new story mission immediately available for all players at the start of Season 1, regardless if you've completed previous seasons, or excuse me, previous Act missions for zombies. Hopefully that's really clear. Massive gateways appeared in the exclusion zone. Investigate the area and engage in new endgame content. Dark Ether Rifts, talked about those before. They will bring rewards to those who brave their challenges. Dark Ether Rifts now are unlocked by solving a hidden quest, which activates after completing the new Season 1 story mission. Really cool. So it's quite a bit to do in zombies today. Really excited about that. We know about the otherworldly labyrinths, allowing you to complete new difficult challenges during a time limit, of course, similar to a story mission. Find sigils to enter Dark Ether Rifts and face a new level of challenge. Got the new Wonder Weapon. The VR11 back from Call of the Dead, aka the Vril. Shoot zombies, transform them into humans, or blast humans to mutate them into friendly zombies. Players receive a buff when shot. That's a feature that I forgot was even in Call of the Dead all those years ago. Added to the mystery box, and weapon cases are now available via loot if you guys want to have those acquisitions available. And then we got new acquisition schematics. Dogbone, Golden Armor Plate, Ether Blade. Talked about that in several previous videos. There's also prestige challenges. Rank pass level 55 into prestige ranks that persist across the seasons. Level 56, prestige 1. This will unlock rewards instead of challenges and mono for zombies. Complete those challenges to unlock multiple exclusive calling cards. MW Zombies, you will see the XRK Stalker, Ram 7, and Storm Ender available for use in your loadouts once you unlock them in the Battle Pass or if you exfil with them in Zombies itself. Season 1 updates are not limited to just zombies. Please reference the global section above for weapon balancing changes and more. Various visual map fixes for Urzikstan. The Scorcher's launch ability will automatically fire when a player reaches their maximum charge under low ammo conditions. Wonder weapon adjustment. Just an issue that prevented camos from applying in the customization tab in loadout menus for the DG58 assault rifle. Close the duplication exploit for all weapon cases. For missions though, hostile takeover. Just an issue that prevented some saves from progressing this mission. Adjust the description of the mission in the mission select menu to state that green wants players to hit Terminus instead of Deadbolt. Merc cleanup. Mercenaries killed from long distances inside Merc camps will now progress this mission. The shock mission now requires players to shock 5 separate special zombies instead of shocking the same special zombie multiple times. Kind of unfortunate because that did work when I went ahead and completed it. Storm the castle. The required mission item will always drop when the warlord is killed. Obviously, there's going to be changes here with the missions that either fix issues or fix exploits that made them too easy. Like I said with the shock mission there. Gameplay-wise, contracts. Defend ground station. Just an issue that prevented the timer from, or for the ground, defend ground station contract from appearing if players previously completed the same contract in a single session. Mercenaries will now continue to fight players after completing the defend ground station contract. HVTs lured far away from their original spawn in an attempt to exploit their behavior will now return faster to their spawn and heal more. That is for the eliminate bounty target contract. For Outlast, enemies no longer spawn if players are not progressing the contract. Enemies no longer spawn if players are not progressing the contract for raid weapon stash. And then Sport Control. Adjust the sports to prevent them from spawning on a player, resulting in an instant death. So these two contracts are definitely being used to farm some XP in zombies. So now they're like, oh, if you're not purchasing the contract, you're not going to get more spawns to help you do what you're doing. So got to do more contracts to farm more XP, of course. Acquisitions. An issue where players could store more in the stash than intended. That's been fixed. I heard a lot about that over the last couple of weeks. Ether tools address an issue that prevented ether tools from applying if a player was driving a vehicle. Address an issue that prevented ammo mods from applying if a player was also driving. And then for perks, as you can see for Tombstone, address an issue where tombstones could spawn onto the map. Issues where it could spawn in the center of the map instead of where a player died. An issue where sometimes players will not obtain their essence when interacting with a tombstone. Close various duplication exploits associated with Tombstone Soda. For ammo mods, brain rot, players will now receive essence when a brain rotted zombie kills other zombies or dies. That's cool. It's a little bit of a buff to the ammo mod itself. Various fixes for looting locations on the map where players could not go ahead and grab some items. Xville, at launch, more formidable enemies have been added to the Xville experience in all zones. Address the rare issue that prevented the Hilltop helicopter from landing. I wonder if they fixed it from exploding, though. I guess not, when you call in a jug on it. In season, all Xvilles will increase the number of enemies spawned, with the final Xville receiving a significant boost to enemy count and enemy types. I wonder how the XP rates are going to work, though, for those Xvilles. That's what I wonder. Because I wonder if they're going to have it to where the regular Xvilles just have zombies that you kill, and they're not really worth much XP, but then the final Xville will have those beefier zombies that are actually worth more XP for the sake of weapon leveling. I wonder how they're going to balance that or not. In general, ammo caches now fully refill applicable player ammo reserves. An issue that allowed players to die instantly if they ran and slid into a doghouse. Players no longer hide inside a doghouse. Closed out-of-bounds locations that allow players to stay alive outside of playable spaces. And issues with selected operator skins. For zombie enemies, though, we got adjustments there for the Disciple, the Stormcaller, Hellhounds, regular zombies, spawn issues, light armored zombies. They're receiving more headshot damage than intended. Also equipment. Oh, they've definitely fixed that. I knew they were going to do that. They've nerfed the damage against ether worms when you're using experimental gas grenades. Decoys, reduced number of decoys that can be stacked from 3 to 2. Decoy grenade duration from 8 seconds to 6. Just an issue where players can destroy the exfil helicopter by calling in a jug on top of it. There you go. I was just talking about that. Players can no longer kill themselves or others when placing down a sentry turret. Camo customization. Increased animation rate of Borealis and Bioluminescent. Wow, they've adjusted the mastery camos quite a bit there. We got UIX adjustments here, as you could see. Similar to multiplayer, the stamina, player health. Issues that prevented pings on looted items from disappearing automatically. Mission reward gear tab adjustments. Objective tiles not displaying while loading into a match. And then some other stuff here with armory unlocks, lethal tactical items. Progression though, players can unlock the first step for reaching level 55 in Modern Warfare Zombies. Previously, players would need to enter the multiplayer menu to obtain the achievement. Interesting. We released a fix that allows players to complete the Golden Enigma and Golden Ivory camos with blueprint weapons and custom mods. Very cool. For those that were experiencing that bug, having to use base weapons to progress camos. Friendly fire, operator channel will now play less frequently. And then adjustments have been made to better ensure players keep their loadouts and rucksack inventory if they do not successfully deploy into a match. Added various crash stability fixes. We were just talking about this yesterday. So if you spawn into a game and your game just server crashes or maybe Xfinity goes out or you have a power outage, you didn't really deploy into that match, you're no longer going to lose your loot, which is really important. Now, as long as they find something where maybe you crash deeper into your game or you server crash deeper into your match, then you can save your loot that way. That's probably in the works right now. They're still working on that, but at least for those that crash immediately upon infill, you will not lose any of your inventory. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. How are you feeling about the multiplayer and zombie patch notes for MW3 Season 1? Once again, as I'm recording this, we are about less than an hour away from the launch of the brand new content. With that being said, they're doing separate patch notes for Warzone, probably covering that in a separate video and here on stream. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.